Hey, this is Mike.
David.
Jordan.
And Kyle.
And we're the Talking Show.
So when's this podcast going to start?
Well, we're finally going to record an episode this weekend.
No,
cool.
I'm talking about the one that we're currently at.
Oh,
When's this one
is it
going to start?
recording right now?
Yeah, it's
we've
been
been
recording.
I was getting
Okay.
levels and shit.
I might be sick, but I don't believe so.
Like, I'm just saying, I'll bash your skull
wanna
in
trade
with the
spots?
bottom of this. No, I'll just let it happen.
I'll get closer.
I'll just let it happen.
Let it happen, and then if you end up being sick, then you can react to it accordingly.
Exactly.
I had something I posted on my Facebook 2 weeks ago.
What?
Yeah.
Dana Scully is the biggest skeptic television has ever known.
Who's that?
From X-Files, Scully.
Oh.
Because, all this shit happens to her, but she's always like, Mulder, it's not real. Like, every time something happens.
I've never seen the show. I can't really comment on it.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah, you got to have a character like that, though. It's
Well, she's even abducted by aliens and, impregnated with an alien baby.
Wait,
And then even after that, she's just like, Mulder, aliens, they might not exist.
Wait.
Just
Back up. Isn't this aren't they a team of extraterrestrial investigators?
She's assigned to the X-Files. Mulder was already there at the beginning.
So I gotcha. That
Yeah.
sounds like a cool show.
Yeah, 20 years ago.
it's why
It was a very popular.
I gotta catch up because there's new episodes coming out, right? Several 90-minute episodes or something.
I've heard something about that. I didn't know if it was going to be an actual series or just
It's
three
like
or four mini episodes.
It's an event.
Okay.
Yeah, it's mini episodes. They might do it again after that, but it's never gonna be a full season again. You know what I mean?
Probably not.
I think they'd be stupid to do that. Man, you guys really need to get on this fucking Fargo train because season 2 is fucking incredible.
No, I'm sorry.
Why? Wait, no, why are you so fucking anti?
I mean, I'm not
I'm not even trying to
anti.
get
I'm just
mad,
not going to
but
do
I'm
it. That's devoting my time to something that I don't really care about. Never seen the movie Fargo to begin with.
What
What's
network?
interesting. It's on FX.
Yeah, not doing it.
What was that?
Well, it's I don't have a way of watching it online.
Yeah, Fox Now.
What's that?
It's Fox's Hulu. Oh no, it might be on Hulu actually. Now that I think about it.
Oh, well, I don't use Hulu because you have to pay for it.
God.
Why don't you just download it illegally then?
You know what? Fuck it.
Yeah,
That's too much
Sorry, I even brought it up, but just know that it's
Well,
a really great
let's
show.
talk. What's so great about it? Because I'm
It's
talking
just-
about Fallout 4
Okay,
later.
you've seen Fargo, right?
Yeah, the movie.
Same sense of humor.
All right.
So it's a really dark comedy, but it's just it's beautiful to look at. It's so well acted, great cast, and the story is just the story. So Fargo season 1,
Yeah.
I feel it was very hit or miss.
Is there tits?
It was pretty good. No, it's FX. There's butts.
But
Fargo season 1 was it was pretty good. It was really cool. They did a show. They did it well, but it wasn't great. But in Fargo season 1, Keith Carradine's character says he says something referencing it's 1973 when all this shit happened. It reminds me of this whatever. A throwaway thing cool story he's telling. He's trying because all this crazy shit's happening at the end of season 1.
yeah.
So season 2 picked up. It's that story.
Oh, okay.
So now it's the young Keith Carradine. Molly, the main female character from Fargo, is now just a little girl. She's just in the background. And so now it's telling that story. So it's this period piece. It's fucking awesome. I can't really, I know I'm not going to sell it to you guys, but really, it's a fucking great show. It's really good.
I might check it out if it ends up on Netflix or YouTube.
I don't know if any, oh yeah, Sons of Anarchy has ended up on Netflix. So that's a good chance because that's an FX show as well.
Yeah.
So maybe. Keep an eye out.
Keep an eye out. Yeah.
I might buy it too when it comes out, to be honest, because I like it that much. Not season 1, but season 2.
So you got to endure a bad season to get to the good stuff.
It's not bad though. It's just not as good. I think this is shadowing that show now. I was fine with that show, but this show is just damn. Now they're for real. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, it's impressive just to see a show a TV show that's doing something period based too.
Yeah, and well, it's really
Period
good.
based. Get it?
I mean, the Mad Men was a great
Vagina
example
blood.
of that.
Yeah,
a
exactly.
phenomenal
Yeah.
example of that actually. There's something for everybody.
Spartacus,
in the show,
too. That's a
honestly.
period piece.
And it's funny, dude.
Yeah.
You throw fucking North Dakota, Minnesota accents on anybody, it's hilarious.
I don't like Mad Men.
That's fine.
I don't think it's very good.
Well, I mean, that's
That's not as fine.
It's just
Everybody
It's
have
okay
their own
not to
opinion.
like it.
No, there's a
but-
lot of people. There's a lot of people that I think in the same boat that I also respect. So who just think it's like too slow, nothing really happens, which I mean, it's what it is, but it's also just like
Next
I don't know,
Generation.
it's captivating to me.
That's what I've been watching.
What's that?
Next Generation.
Oh, so a great fucking show.
That is a fantastic show.
I don't watch shows right now. except
Have
for
we
Walking
talked
Dead.
about the new Star Trek announcement?
Yeah,
we did briefly.
We brought it up a couple weeks ago.
I
Yeah.
don't even know what it could be. All right, I got a new theory on Star Wars, by the way.
Ooh, let's hear it.
Speaking of that,
Why do we always
So-
talk about Star Wars?
Because it's a big deal.
I have no
dude.
idea. I don't know all the facts about what everybody knows about Star Wars so far. So I want to say, like, I might be coming from a place that's like, it's already like, oh, it's out the window. But here's my theory. They released recently this like photo of a placard at one of the Disney events or whatever, where there's like the lightsaber of Kylo Ren, and it talks about how it's of ancient design. So it's not a shittily made lightsaber that everybody kind of assumed it was, like someone who didn't have the right to make it or whatever.
Yeah.
It's of ancient design. So
You think it's Luke's?
no. What I think is Kylo Ren is the son of Han and Leia, who perhaps, like a little angrier than most, was really upset that he did not have the same powers as his mother and his uncle. Okay? Luke Skywalker.
What about his sister?
Well, I don't know. That, right? We don't know because they threw out the rest of the canon, right? So I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know if there is a sister. I don't think it doesn't make sense for Rey to be their daughter, in my opinion.
All right.
I don't know why they would just abandon her on some planet unless it was for her safety. Which again, I just don't have enough to base a fact off of that. But here's what I'm thinking for Kylo Ren: son, whatever. So he doesn't have the Force. So he thinks he can, rather than like learning the Force, obviously, that he could better learn the dark side. So he explores his like roots because he knows his father or his grandfather was like the baddest motherfucker in the galaxy.
Yeah.
And he kind of goes towards that, and he gets into like the older guy, like Darth Plagueis and all this shit, and he starts embracing that, and he like the powers are coming on, you know what I mean? But obviously, when you embrace the dark side, you also get more evil,
Yeah.
and all this shit. But that would explain. This is why I think it could be true. That would explain his connection to Darth Vader, why he wants to like take up that legacy so bad. I think it would kind of just explain like a little bit like of them having a kid, because I don't know why they wouldn't. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they'll. Oh, it's a shame I couldn't get pregnant. I don't know. Maybe whatever. But I just think I think it just makes sense rather than some random fucking Sith dude rising up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just some random character that we're
Yeah, and
introduced
didn't
to.
the actor they get to play Kylo Ren, doesn't he look kind of like a young Harrison Fordish?
No, he's an ugly dude. Adam
Okay.
Driver.
I thought he had like the chin and cheeks of like a young Harrison Ford.
I guess he might. I mean, I don't know. I can't really attest to that. But
But,
I'm just saying it's a possibility. But a lot of people think Rey is their daughter. However, if you look at the trailer, like the scenes they interact in, doesn't seem like I'm your long lost father. You know what I mean? It just seems like you're here and I'm helping you. You know?
That's pretty good, Harrison.
Jesus
That
Christ.
was actually.
Get off my Falcon.
It's
But I don't know. That's where I'm at. Dude, the new TV spots with Finn, though, I'm all about, dude. I want to see Finn just fucking... I'm sorry. I feel like I forgot. I should be looking this way the entire time.
Yeah, why
I
you-
forgot you guys aren't that into Star Wars.
I was wondering why you were looking at me.
I'm
at
so
all.
excited, though. I'm sorry. It's like less than 30 days.
It's
and I'm just-
a major movie event.
I just can't wait. Like, I mean, I'm going to say it right here because I don't give a fuck. And I don't give a fuck what you guys think. I don't give a fuck. I cry every time that fucking trailer. I see it. I swear to
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Just
Oh, my.
tears of pure happiness well up my eye. I'm not going to say like I weep. Like, I'm just saying like I saw
You get emotional.
Spectre in IMAX this weekend. I'm sorry.
I asked one thing. I just said, just let me know when you're seeing it to see if I can
Yeah,
join.
and I felt really bad that I didn't reach out. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Typical.
Like, I just wasn't thinking. It's all my fault.
Typical.
I'm sorry. Just know that I am sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
He's
gonna
not.
Doesn't
He's
matter.
not. He's not. He's not really sorry.
But that's all, the IMAX trailer in fucking IMAX, or the Star Wars
Yeah.
trailer. And it's just like, it's
Just-
like,
just settle down, please.
did any of us ever think this was going to happen? You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
that's,
Yeah, they were gonna make another one.
An eventuality.
Yeah.
I never considered it a possibility, like really, because George Lucas fucking prequels bombed so hard amongst like fans and critics alike. I just didn't think they would ever touch it again, really.
Oh, it's still
So-
a moneymaker though. They still made boatloads of money.
No,
with
yeah,
all those
for
movies.
sure.
So it's like it's an eventuality.
But I think it's like the fact that J.J. Abrams is behind it, and the fact that Lawrence
That's a
Kasdan
P.
is behind it. You know what I mean? I feel like these actualities and the original cast is back. I feel like these are what's making it so, like it's building it up so much in my head that I just think it's gonna be great. And if it's not, it's gonna be the biggest letdown of like my life as far as movies go.
Well, that's the thing that I want to brace you for is like be ready for it to just like. I don't think it'll be a bad movie because the people involved with it, I don't think make bad movies.
No, yeah.
But I mean, like, be ready for something that, like, might feel average or slightly better than average or something like that.
I feel
like don't
feel
don't
that's a
feel like
strong
that's the
possibility.
end of the world if it's
Yeah.
just an average,
No, I know.
all right kind of thing.
I'm ready. Also, I really do want to apologize about Spectre. No, seriously, we were out to lunch and we decided there was an IMAX playing and we went at like 3 o'clock or something like that.
Okay.
I apologize, but and then while I was there, I was like, fuck.
What day was it? Was it Tuesday?
Saturday. It was
Saturday.
Saturday.
Oh yeah, then I
morning.
definitely could have.
I know, dude. I know. No, I know you could have, and I'm sorry.
All right.
I didn't mean to break it to you on the podcast, but I wasn't gonna also just text you and be like, "Hey, I saw Spectre." I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I was gonna wait to talk to you.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that's on the podcast because now everyone gets to hear
How
my reaction to it, and how it's like I'm pretty calm and cool about it. But then, like the second Jordan starts puffing vape smoke, I'm just gonna freak the fuck out.
I didn't bring my vape tonight.
Yeah, Dave's the only one with a vape.
I was just making fun of how last time I overreacted about vape smoke.
You didn't overreact.
You didn't overreact. No, you say your opinion because something bothers you. If anything, that's what this podcast is for. It was when something's bothering you to talk about it.
So how's you're giving up vaping or is it just?
It's on hiatus.
Is it because the thing's not working right?
A little bit of that, a little bit of I got a lot of stuff on my mind and a lot I play right now, and I think I need the good old fashioned cigarette to get me through.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's
There is a difference.
It's a habitual thing too. It's like if you've always relied when stressed to go to a cigarette, it's a lot easier for you just to go to a cigarette.
Yeah, there's
If
probably
that's what mentally calms you down. You know what I mean?
There's probably more to it than just the smoke and nicotine.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah,
I absolutely.
it's a
agree with that. I
fixation.
mean, obviously, nicotine is what really obviously helps it become addictive. Like clearly, but a lot of it's just habitual. It's like it's what you include in your daily life. Like, do you want to get rid of any other routines?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to fucking go on a diet. You know what I mean? It's hard to change anything about your daily life.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everyone would do it. We'd all be on diets. We'd all be fucking.
Yeah, we'd all be on diets. We'd all be the healthiest people in the world if it wasn't like so much
choice.
fun to not be healthy.
Exactly. Well said, Mike.
Well,
You
This
want to talk?
conversation took a turn.
You want to
while I
talk
was in
about
the
Spectre at
bathroom.
all, or do you want me to?
what'd you think of it out of 10?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
Out of 10,
4.
8. I'm gonna guess 8.
I'm thinking 7, solid 7.
I'd say it's 7, if not slightly less.
Mm-hmm.
No, 7. Well, if 7's like a C, right? We can call it a C.
All right.
I'd be fine with calling it an average movie.
All right. That's fair.
I'd put 7 in the B category because 9 to 10 is an A.
At this point, I think it's like following the Star Trek movies like scenario where every other movie is good.
What do you
Because
think?
like at least with Daniel Craig, fucking Casino Royale, I thought was one of the
And then we
best
got Quantum of
movies.
Solace.
And we got Quantum of Solace, right? And it's just like,
Yeah.
that was kind of cool, but damn.
And yet
And then
Skyfall.
Skyfall, it's like, oh my god,
It was
how refreshing.
was Roger Deakins in Spectre? Was
No,
he?
he did not return. I mean, that's fine. He's got to do his own shit.
I know, but I mean, like,
What is Q?
that was.
But it was the same director.
All right. I just know that Roger Deakins being in being the DOP on Skyfall is what made me most interested in the
Right.
movie. To be honest, because I never saw Casino Royale.
Yeah.
I think I saw Quantum of Solace. I just remember not liking a Daniel Craig Bond movie I had seen and thought, who cares? And then when I started to hear it was Roger Deakins on Skyfall, that's
that's
what
right.
made me want to see
I think
it.
that's what made me really want to reach out to see it too. No, honestly, like in theaters especially, because in theaters I saw 2 of the Brosnan movies, and I didn't see Casino Royale in theaters, and I regretted that. But I saw Quantum of Solace, and I was just
And
like,
you're like, why the
fuck.
fuck do I do this?
I gotta get to a theater and see it. I've seen every Bond since Casino Royale.
Whoa. You're the Daniel Craig boy then.
Well, I mean,
I do think he's a great Bond. Skyfall can prove
that's
that. left and right.
that's my Bond since coming of age. So
You and me, bro, because I still want to see it. I
Dude,
do.
My Bond is Brosnan.
yeah, let's go see.
How did you guys? How was Brosnan not your Bond, man?
We were young. We were very young. It wasn't one of those
That's like-
things where we can get into.
But that's like saying,
when was
like,
the first? When
Lord
was
of the
Casino
Rings is my
Royale? I
Star
think Casino
Wars.
Royale was what 2006.
Yeah. that
Yeah,
sounds
we were
right.
16. We were like,
At the Bond age.
yeah, we were at like the Bond age. The Bond. Yeah. Well, we were right there. We were, becoming young
No,
adults.
no,
and
but that's like I don't know.
and when was the last Bond, or when was Brosnan before that? Like 3 or 4 years before that. So we were
was
like
he in the
11,
90s?
12.
No, he was 90s into
Yeah.
the 2000s. Well,
Yes, we were like
Okay.
We were like 11 or 12 years old when the last.
But yeah, but that's what I'm
Brosnan
saying
came
is
out.
like, Brosnan was my first fucking. You know what I mean? It's your first, so it's usually your. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
kinda.
because obviously GoldenEye, who didn't fucking see that movie and play that goddamn game? You know what I mean?
Me.
What?
I didn't do either.
What?
Yeah. I've never seen GoldenEye. I've never played the game.
I didn't see the movie back then, but I certainly played the game.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
It's because I never owned an N64.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
My first home console was a PlayStation. I had to go to friends' houses to play everything else.
Right on, man.
Right on.
Right on, dude. That's just weird, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird for me to hear that.
Yeah. You'd think.
Because, like, who didn't play GoldenEye? But you played GoldenEye, right?
No, I've never like
Not once.
No, my friends that owned N64s didn't have it. I'm
What
serious.
fucking world did you live in?
Yeah. Isn't that bizarre? Doesn't
Yeah.
that make you
It's a little bizarre,
call
man.
things into question?
I remember playing GoldenEye and thinking, like, are there people, like, around the world
Playing.
like, playing these other characters? Like, I didn't understand. Like, that was my first, like, video game where it felt, like, real. The graphics were so good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I always thought that at
Those
their
graphics are
arcade-
so bad.
They're fucking awful. They're horrible.
I just didn't understand how video games work.
Yeah.
I was like, are we connected to the internet?
What's the internet?
It was,
Yeah. It wasn't the internet. It was just like I'm playing against other people all the
Yeah.
time. I thought that at the arcade when I was playing Mortal Kombat. I thought that there
You were
was
playing
someone
somebody
else
else? Oh my
controlling
God.
the other character every time I was playing.
I
don't
I
know why.
didn't.
Yeah, I didn't. I knew it was always against
I'm
the
not a
computer.
fucking idiot. Yeah, what do you mean?
Well, I was also a kid that thought when you turn off the TV, it paused it.
Yeah, you.
That's awesome.
So one time when me and my sister were like in the middle of watching some Halloween cartoon special, my parents are like, "No, we gotta go to this dinner thing," and we were like, "No, Mom and Dad, it's the Halloween special. We want to watch it." And then all of a sudden, I turn to one, I go, "Wait a minute, I got an idea. Let's just turn it off." And then my parents are like, "Great idea, Mike." And my sister just had this look of betrayal on her face as she's like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "We can just turn it off and see it again when we get back."
I feel like this story's been on the podcast.
Has it?
Oh, really?
It might have been.
It's a good story. I like it,
Yeah.
though.
Why don't we
was
just
how
turn it
dumb I was.
off?
These negative
What
Nancy's.
the fuck? Yeah.
You were on my side.
Turn it off, baby, for me.
So what happened after I left here on Saturday?
Oh yeah, that story.
Oh, they got drunk here on Saturday night.
What?
Yeah. Remember?
You didn't see that
we were,
post?
we were messaging you. You were like, "Sorry guys, I can't."
Oh,
come
I
out
thought
tonight."
you guys were at your house. Were at like Jordan's house.
No,
or
no,
something.
no. We were here.
No, we
Oh.
were getting fucked up here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And well, basically after you left, you left, and
I did.
I was on the phone with my brother, and I was like, "No, just turn down this street." And as I was talking to him, he goes, "Like, oh god, cops pulling me over right now," and he hung up. And then I'm just like, I was like, "Oh my god, no! Andrew does not have a license. He's gonna,
shit.
he's gonna go to jail." And
That's Andrew
I ran inside. I locked both the doors, turned off all the lights, ran outside, locked all those doors, and I sprinted down the street.
How'd you lock them without the keys?
What?
Oh no, I didn't. I had to run down the street to find out.
Why didn't you have the keys?
Because
I
he
didn't have 'em on me.
he didn't bring his keys for some
No,
reason.
but
his brother brought them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, continue.
I sprinted down the street to Windsor, and I'm like looking around to see a cop car with a car pulled over. I'm like freaking out. So then I called Andrew probably like 10 times in a minute. Didn't answer. I'm like freaking the fuck out. I ran to the other side of the post office, looking down that street, and I couldn't see anybody. And I walked around the post office back to this side of the street, and they still weren't there. So I ran to the other side of the post office again. And as I was walking back to the office, they pulled up along that road right there, and I was fucking livid. And he was like, "No, man, no, cops didn't pull me over.
yeah, I knew it was a prank. I knew it the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He was
I saw
like-
that shit coming.
Cops didn't pull me over, man. I just didn't want to be on the phone anymore." And I was so fucking pissed because my heart
Yeah.
was like, "Oh,
And then you killed him.
yeah, he's dead now."
Cool.
No,
Nice.
but yeah, I got in the
Now
car.
you're the best looking pause listening.
Then I got back into the car. I mean, came back here, locked the doors, and went home.
Dude, fuck that though. That's evil.
Yeah, it is.
But what were you gonna do if you saw them pulled over?
I don't. I have no idea. I have no
Run
idea.
up to the cop, please. Just let him
You're like,
go.
hurry up to wait. You know?
Yeah, I just. I was also drunk at the time. So.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
That's true. I get it. You don't get
Yeah,
it.
but when every time
I know how it
like,
works.
I can't. There's never been one time in my life where I was like really fucked up and I was like, oh, there's cops around. I better run towards them.
Well, when they're pulling over my only ride.
Nah, I'd just be like, well, you were talking about walking home for like a fucking hour. I just would have
well,
started walking.
I mean, I know the implications of my brother's car being, impounded.
Oh, that would've
and
just
my
fucked-
brother being put in
That
jail.
would have just
And
fucked up your
that
life
is true
so
that
much
it's
more.
like, the cop may have let him off with a warning if Jordan was like, listen, I'm really drunk. He's my only ride. We live so far away or something like that. And the cop would have been like, all right, I'll let him off with a warning or something.
Or he would have saw some guy approaching him and pulled out his gun.
Shot him.
Yeah. No, Jordan's not black.
That's true. Jordan is white, so
Yeah.
that would never
that
happen.
would
to
not
him.
happen.
I'm glad everything's okay though.
This is the world that we live in.
That was a fun story. It is the world we live in.
Yeah.
It certainly is.
And it's unfortunate.
Yes,
And this is why
it is.
fundamentalist Muslims hate us.
Anyways,
No. They hate us for other reasons too.
Well, I mean,
Mostly
there's
'cause
plenty
we're
In
of-
fat.
fact, I think anything we ever do would cause extremists to hate us.
Yeah, the fact that they say television, American television, would just piss them off.
Well, yeah, because
Think
it's
we'll
just
get
full
away
of
with.
us. Like you get.
But I mean, and the things they hate, like sexuality and fucking like all this shit that they don't agree
Again, I have a hard time thinking of something that like an extremist in any sort of religious group wouldn't hate.
with. No, yeah, no, I know, no, I know.
Like we could broadcast us killing infidels.
Yeah, there's-
They'd be like, they're taking away from us.
There's
Like,
Christians in our own country who disagree with everything we put on. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
there's a whole religion that doesn't allow you to watch rated R movies. So,
There's a whole religion that doesn't allow you to do anything.
what? That sounds like a religion I want to be a part of. You sit there.
Yeah.
just like hang out on a couch.
You just hang out.
Sounds like
Can't
the
even do
best.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
You
worst.
can't hang
You
out.
can't even hang out.
Can't hang out in
Damn.
groups.
Oh, this
Call it,
sucks.
yeah. Chillaxity or chillaxanity or something.
So, do we have anything else we wanted to talk about?
Like sanity.
I want to talk about Fallout 4 a little bit because I actually got it and started playing it.
It's a good game.
It is. It's a very entertaining game. Oh, there's a few gripes I got. I want to get my paper cuts out of the way.
Yeah, do it. Spit it out.
I don't like the dialogue, the way the dialogue works.
I
and
don't
stuff.
either, but like a lot of people, it's like turning people off from the game, and I think that's absolutely ridiculous.
Wait, like the
I can
delivery
actually-
of the actors, or is it a new system?
It's kind of it's a new system the way it works, but I completely understand it turning people off because to me it feels kind of awkward because the way it works is you'll walk up to someone, you'll press a button to start interacting with them, and then they'll turn around and face you with a short animation, and then they'll start talking to you. And when they start talking to you, a little dialogue thing comes up at the bottom for you to pick your choices.
Sounds the same as before.
What's different now, though, is that you can move and turn your head and walk around while they're trying to talk to you, which means, like, what I end up doing all the time is I'm used to in a game, there's going to be people on the street that you can't talk to, that you walk up, press the interaction button, and they just go, hi there, and keep walking. Like,
sure.
you know. But then there's other people that you'll walk up, press the interaction button, and all of a sudden you'll stop moving, you'll lock eyes with them, they'll turn and face you, and now you're in dialogue mode.
Okay.
So I'm so used to that I find myself like walking up to someone, pressing the interaction button, not getting locked in, and then turning around and walking away. But it's like they were just taking their sweet 3 seconds to turn around, face me, and start talking to me.
I can agree with that. Like, it was really annoying at first, but then I got over it like 2 hours later.
I was gonna say like it's just something that I think carries over from the way I'm used to.
So
I
other
also
games
don't. I
working.
don't
You
like
don't like
the,
that you have the freedom to leave a conversation? Is
Well,
that-
I appreciate that freedom. What I don't like is that there's no sort of clear way of letting me know.
this is an important person to talk to?
Well, not necessarily that,
Sorry, I
but
keep
that
interrupting
like
you.
I'm actually interacting with someone as soon as I hit the interaction button. Like I'll walk up to someone, I'll hit the interaction button, and they'll give me that one, how's it going line. And little do I realize that as they turn to face me, I just got to give them 3 seconds or so, and then they'll open up their inventory to trade, or they'll open up their dialogue tree to accept
So it's
a
more
quest.
it's more realistic, but that's frustrating.
Yeah, because I'm used to the whole
Yeah.
walk up to someone, press the button, get locked into dialogue.
But that's
mode.
their probably argument. Their argument is they probably wanted to make it more realistic. Like,
Yeah,
you
where it's
wouldn't
like
just
any
get-
time, like someone could be talking to you, and then you could just slowly turn away and walk away from the conversation, and they're just like,
I agree. Like I said, with all the things you said, but it took a couple hours and night.
Are you
just
over
how
it?
I'm still running into it where it's like I'll do it by accident a lot. I'll walk up to someone,
also
press
don't
the
like-
button, and then I'll be like, Are they gonna start talking to me? Are they not? And then it's like I'll wait the exact wrong amount of time to where it's just long enough for me to get impatient and be like, all right, they're not gonna talk to me, but then just short enough to where they actually are gonna talk to me, and I just got too impatient. So it's like the worst possible time for me to leave because it was long enough for me to get annoyed, but short enough for me to cut it off early.
Gotcha.
Where it's like if I just waited a little bit longer.
That's like the weirdest gripe I've ever heard in my entire life.
It just
because
makes things feel
like
clunky.
Most people don't like the actual dialogue, like that's and the way that you can answer questions.
Yeah, that's a bit of a pet peeve too. But it's like that's something I'm used to.
Yeah.
That's something that I've grown accustomed to. Is that you'll be given 4 choices that are all extensively the same exact thing. That are all just
It's gonna get you to the same point.
exactly. They're all just yes with sprinkles or no with sprinkles. And there might be one that just flat out says the opposite of all the others. But then all that does is cancel the dialogue and then it ends. And if you want to continue, you have to say yes in one of your sprinkled ways at some point.
Yeah.
I don't like that your character talks, but again, I got over that in an hour.
Oh,
So.
because it's defining your voice, right?
Yeah.
That's got to be kind of frustrating.
Yeah,
I don't really care,
I liked it when it was like, just the person talking at me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it would be like, okay, it feels like it adds unnecessary time to it too, since you're hearing the other side of the conversation when before you would have just clicked
Oh,
it.
that's so true. You're
and then-
doubling the fucking amount of time, aren't
Yeah.
you?
These are all like little gripes, though.
Yeah,
that
they're
makes
all-
sense though.
The
They're all
game
little
fucking
things. The
bullshit.
thing, like all these little things, the little thing that got me the most was that the interacting with people feels clunky. It's just weird because it's different, I guess.
It
And
sounds so old.
it's
Yeah, I mean, it's
stuff-
one of those gripes though. It's like things are changing.
yeah, it's just annoying. But it's like the thing is that I don't think it's necessarily a change for the better.
Yeah.
Like the before
sure.
with it being restrictive, it was more restrictive. Yeah, but it's like it wasn't. I don't.
You
feel
were
like there was
complaining
a-
about it.
There wasn't a loss of anything, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Being able to turn your head and walk away from a conversation isn't a big deal. When before I would just mash the B button until they shut the hell
Like, I
up.
remember Dave doing that.
Yeah, but
I agree
okay.
with
Here's my 2 cents. Is do you think that say like a teenager right now that did not play 3 or New Vegas, do you think that they would have an issue with this?
I'm not 100% sure because the style also like it depends on what other games they've played. If they've
No, I
never
agree,
played
I
a
agree.
game where they walk up to people and press a button to interact with them and then get locked into a dialogue with them, they're not going to care. But it's like even something like Skyrim, you walk up to the person
but that's-
and press the interaction button, even if they have like a little 3-second animation of turning around to face you, it still locks you into dialogue mode. And so I've just gotten so used to that. Go up to someone, press the
Yeah.
button, whether it's Mass Effect or the Bethesda games or any other first-person RPG. I always find that it's like you walk up to interactive object, press the interaction button, you get locked into interaction mode for that
That's
brief
just
time.
that's just so weird to me. Like I understand where you're coming from, but like that did not even like. I just stop in front of someone and press the button, and wait. Like regardless, like I don't like press it and then I'm like, oh well, they're not fucking talking. I'm out of here. I'm like, are you gonna talk to me or what? I have like no big gripes with the game. Nothing. I have nothing.
I'd say
all my issues with the game, really, honestly, are issues that nitpicks and they carry over from the other games. So like, it's what I expected. Like, there's bugs. It's always gonna be buggy. It's fucking Bethesda. That's just how it is. The story fucking blows. Like, that's just how it's world building. It's not about the story. It doesn't matter. And that's just you just come to expect that.
I felt it's been a little easy so far.
Yeah, I think all of them have been like if I like Fallout 3. It wasn't necessarily easy if you just play the game, but if you're running straight through the story, it's like one of the easiest games I've ever played in my entire life.
Well, that's what I mean is like I'm exploring places and I'm finding it easier to get weapons, easier to get stuff.
That is true.
I
Like-
was shocked
like
when I saw
within-
the weapons didn't degrade. I was like, what?
Yeah, it is a little easier. It's a little easier digestible. Like, you get fucking power armor within the first whatever.
Yeah.
Wait, why don't weapons degrade like they used to?
Well, weapons used to degrade the more you used
I know.
them.
Why don't they? Is what I'm saying.
I don't know.
There's
There's
changes.
just a choice they
They
made.
just don't. But it's like now it's like before like I liked that weapons degraded because then it gave me a use for the extras because I could when you had like 3 pistols you could like
combine
use
them. Yeah, I get
parts of the other
That
two
is
to
that is
replace
that is
one.
one thing that I ran into. I had like fucking 7 shotguns, and I was like, why can't I hold it? Like, I can't do anything with these.
Yeah, why?
So I had to
why
just
even-
drop fucking all of them except for one.
And it's like, and before I remember I used to like plan out like, okay, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna like, you know, like I'll carry all these items and I'll be sure to like repair this one a little bit better so it's worth more money and then sell it. But it's like I don't have
Can
any
you
of
look
these
at other
problems.
people? You're really putting a lot of pressure on me when you just stare at me while you're talking.
And,
Don't look at me. Look at Jordan.
and
I don't mind they look at me, just not the whole time, please.
And it's I used to be able to, oh, I'm gonna upgrade this weapon a little bit, attach a thing to it, repair it a little bit, so that way it's worth more money and sell it. But it's like now I don't even need to sell things. I'm just covered in money. The health items, because there's like a cooking system now, I just gotta cook the food and it no longer irradiates me, and, it heals me more too. And it's just like, and then it gives me experience for doing all that at like zero cost. I'm just like, it seems like a lot of this stuff is just easier just by adding a little bit of time. Like, and I don't know, like it feels a little too easy for me, especially with VATS in there still. Like VATS makes sense; it's been there since the early games, and it's like, okay, that's what we use VATS to target things and shoot them. But it still just makes all the fights easy. If you
honestly,
even use it.
honestly, in this game, I think it's harder to use VATS because they changed the shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Shooting's way easier, just first-person shooting.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think VATS is
really?
like harder in some situations.
So
than,
they made this easier to just third person the whole time, or
Yeah.
it's first person. Sorry,
yeah, first person. I mean, it's still not like good, but it's
it's
like a lot better than 3.
Yeah. I just know I always have trouble with the flying enemies when they bob around and shit. So it's like I always VATS for that.
Yeah.
And then it's like one hit, they're gone, and like man, like I don't know. And
Well, that makes sense.
yeah.
I
I
wish more
just
things
feel
were like
it's-
that. You shoot something a few times and it's dead because
Yeah.
that's how life works.
When I first started the game, I had an
Not
issue.
radiation life.
Oh, that's true. Fair enough.
When I first started the game, one of the big issues I had was like I felt like not that much stuff was just like happening when I walked around, but then it started to after an hour, like the first like 2 hours, I was like, I'm just like walking around and I can't find anyone.
Do you think it's just like giving you time to get used to
maybe,
the gameplay,
or it was just like literally a coincidence. I don't know. But then I started stumbling on a bunch of fucking shit. Like I was about to text Brian. I was like, "Where's all the fucking super mutants?" And then like right when I was about to text him, like I ran
attacked
into a
by
fuckload of them.
I do like that each location has a little story with it too.
Yeah.
There's been like I've stumbled
World
across
building, like you said.
Yeah, it's all about world
I've
building.
stumbled across like 3 different places that I cleared out of monsters, and each one had like a little story for like
It's even-
explaining
this
the corpses
one's-
and skeletons.
See,
there.
I think they focused even more on world building in this one because like you can fucking build shit. You can like actually build
Yeah,
shit.
What does
that-
that mean? Yeah, explain this. Explain this
that
building
is the
thing.
thing that I like most about the game, actually, because it's
like Minecraft?
It appeases to my Endgame hoarding mentality, where it's like you can everything, just grab it all. Because before in the old games,
I don't know
it
what
was,
you mean by that.
Like
Grab all
just
of
take
what?
all of the things.
What do you
All-
mean?
Loot everything.
Paperweights, pencils, all of it. Just take
You could take
all of it.
anything?
You can take it all. You could do this.
You
in
can
the
pick up
old-
anything and just
Yeah.
have it.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. There's some stuff that's
Yeah,
just
it's
laying around.
Like if there's
but-
like a cord phone, and you're like, I'm gonna take this.
Yeah, if it's an object you can carry, but it's like there's so much just junk. And in the old games, there wasn't really a purpose for it too much.
sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
there was like a crafting system, but then there are going to be items that are just straight up junk.
And there might be someone who's like, I need this and this to build, to make this. Like, will you help me
Exactly.
out?
So it's like they find a way of shoehorning in a use
Yeah.
for junk. But in this game, you can just break down shit to its raw components and then use that to build things. So it's like, oh yeah, 5 pencils gives you a wood resource. And it's like, and with 3 wood resources, you can build a fence. And so it's like, hey,
Why do you want to build a fence though?
because you're building a house and you need fences around
You
your
can
house.
build a house.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You have designated build areas. So it's like you can go into build mode where you can scroll through all these different items you can build and things that you can plant in the ground and all this other shit. And it's like you're given like a green wall where it's like if you leave that wall, you're out of build zone.
it's kind of Simsian.
A little bit,
Like
yeah.
a little bit.
yeah.
But
But
that's
it's like,
really interesting. They introduce something like this, which seems really cool, but they take away like the degradation of weapons. Like what?
I don't know. It's like, but
Okay.
it's so cool because there's this end game element now where I can just feel like I'm gonna come across a place where there's a build zone and I'm just like, oh, this is it. This is gonna be my
This is my
fucking place.
home.
This is gonna be my base.
Dude, that's cool.
And I start tearing
I
down.
dig the fuck out of
Well,
that.
what else is cool is like when I first started doing it, I thought, oh man, I've got all these fucking trees in the street and all these fucking tires laying around that are like clogging up my stuff.
I'm gonna clean it up.
Exactly. You can go up and
I'm
you
gonna
can tear them
fertilize
down.
this fucking. I'm gonna have a yard.
Yeah, you take down the tree. Guess guess what? You just got 20 wood resource. And you can start
See,
building
this is
fences.
what I want. I want to do
Or
this.
whatever, I
I want to
don't know.
do this experiment. Kyle said he's potentially going to buy a PS4 in the
In
summer.
like 6 months, yeah.
Well, jeez, why don't you just fucking buy it sooner? God
Yeah,
damn.
bro.
Because I'll
Fucking
have
get a credit card or
I
something. Jesus
I don't have
Christ.
enough time to devote like to that.
I don't either, but I do it. I seriously
You
only-
find a way.
I only have like 12 hours in the game. That's it. But
See,
anyways,
that's it. But that's a prime example. You've had it for 2 weeks and you have 12 hours. In,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've had it for a week, and I'm about 6 in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear your opinion anymore. What we got, Dave?
No, I just
kidding.
I just
It's
want
like 3 movies.
I think because you watched me play 3.
Yeah.
And you played like 5 minutes
Only New
of
Vegas.
Yeah.
I played up until there's like the sniper.
Well, never
thing.
mind,
Whatever,
never
doesn't
mind.
matter. But
You
that dinosaur place. But go ahead.
Well, that's pretty. Oh no, I don't know. You've played.
I didn't
I,
join any gangs or anything. Like
I
that.
thought I didn't join any games.
I built
or
that
anything.
robot though. I was pretty happy with that guy.
I thought that you hadn't actually played any. I just wanted you to play this one as like a.
A newbie.
Like,
I mean,
yeah.
okay. Again, I played that like 4 fucking
Yeah,
years
but
ago.
you understand how the old games work then.
A little bit, yeah. I wasn't too good at the like weapon building and shit like that. I didn't really know what I was doing.
I didn't.
I just like a good story.
I do nothing. Like I underutilize video games. Like I go straight through them, and then I'm like, well, I guess I better fucking explore some stuff.
Like if you were
now.
really trying to be like yourself in this dystopian future, can you get through the game without talking to anybody?
no,
No, like,
no. You can avoid a lot of people, but
Yeah.
I guess you could just like what I mean. What happens if you just kill every single person that
Well,
Is there a
this is
population?
you don't get? I don't think you get. Do you get vilified in this one? In New Vegas, you would like certain areas would be like, oh, you fucking killed somebody.
no,
Fuck
yeah,
you.
there is a karma system, but it's just like Fallout 3's karma system, where it's like people will just treat you mildly differently depending
Yeah.
on whether you're bad or good, and all you got to do is donate like 5 gallons of water to a homeless guy, and it balances out that you.
In
nuked the
fucking
town.
New Vegas, they were just like, if you accidentally shoot a bullet anywhere near me, the whole fucking town wants to destroy you.
Yeah.
That was all. I hated. That's why I didn't finish that game because of that. Yeah. I like accidentally killed the wrong person, and then it was just like, well, now I'm vilified in like 4 different places. Fuck
and then
this.
like you were so far in, it's just
Yeah,
like,
it's just
don't
like I'm
wanna
not
go
doing
back.
it. I'm not
Yeah.
And then I've restarted it so many times that I like know the first couple quests like the back of my fucking hand, and I just
Yeah.
can't do it now.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
I want to play Star Wars Battlefront, but go ahead.
I was just
going
gonna
to
say in the first Fallout games, like 1 and 2 and
Yeah.
stuff like that, you could kill anyone. You could even kill
Yeah.
children, and you got a perk called Child Killer, which says you are a very, very, very bad person. Expect people to hate you everywhere you go. You could still like beat the main game and stuff like that, but a lot of people aren't gonna want to work with you or trade with you if you're a child killer.
I
and
mean,
stuff
that's a
like
choice
that.
you made, though.
Yeah, but it's a choice you made. It's like you knew the consequences, or at least you should have. You killed a child.
Yeah.
In
Can you kill children in the new games?
in Fallout 3 in New Vegas, I don't think there are even children in Fallout 3, but I may be wrong.
I think
no, yeah, there's
there
a
are-
lamplight, but you can't
Yeah.
you can't kill them.
Well, look at this. Fucking PC America. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care.
But then it goes a little bit further, and this is something Bethesda's been doing since Oblivion. If you have a very plot important character, you can only knock them unconscious.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
They don't die.
I like that about like. Do you have a companion yet?
I don't like companions.
Okay. I mean, they like help you out a lot, but
Well,
like
no,
I have
see,
the fucking.
I always get annoyed by them more than I get help by them.
Well, I get annoyed that like they'll get glitched out and they get stuck somewhere.
You know, Jordan, I also don't play this game, but I'm still talking to my friends.
I mean, but you have a desire to play it
I know.
eventually.
But I'm just trying to make, a podcast happen.
I mean, I'm listening.
Yeah,
I
that
mean, I'm
doesn't.
not.
He's the best
And
listener on the podcast.
And the podcast is going quite well without my interjections.
So Jordan, what do you think of Fallout 4?
Oh, best play ever, man.
Best play ever.
All right, so let's talk about
he loves the
something
new
else then.
dialogue system.
So, anyways, hey, what do you want to talk about, bitch?
I got nothing to talk about.
You guys see the trailer for Zoolander 2?
I
Yeah.
saw it.
Looks
Good.
funny
It
as
looks
fuck.
so. Dude, when he introduced Will Ferrell, he's like, "Prison, it changed me," and he rips off that muscle suit. Dude, I might as well pre-order my fucking tickets because
Yeah.
let me tell you, that was like one of the funniest gags I've ever seen.
When he hopped in, for me it was when he hopped in the helicopter. He's like, "Give me my god!" Like that delivery.
Goddamn latte.
And then when he splashes it
Yeah.
on him,
And then his look just like,
yeah, like all
dude, it
like,
looks really fucking
so
funny.
Good.
I
Or when
All
they-
of it.
you stopped a ninja star with your look, and then he's just throwing so many things at him. He's like, "How about we try a washcloth?" It's like So fucking good.
Have you seen the other trailer where it's Stephen Hawking?
Oh,
Yeah,
oh
that
wait,
one's
no.
good.
Are you talking about like the teaser trailer?
the
where it's,
teaser.
like,
Oh yeah, the
brain thing?
teaser. That's right. That was
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
That was good. That was a really good teaser.
Zoolander?
Zoolander?
No, it's Zoolander 2. No. All right, let's
Zoolander,
yeah.
Zoolander would have been a great name for
That's
that movie,
Roman
by the
numerals.
way. It just would have been good. It would have been fucking really good. I don't know why they didn't.
Zoolander. We should put the talking show on Kickstarter
For what?
for the next 5 episodes.
Hey, Nathaniel.
We've made it to 37.
Is this 37?
Yeah.
Damn. 37?
It's like next week I'll be like, we're on 38.
This
You'll be
is
like,
37?
This is what? Already? It's like every time.
That was a Clerks reference,
Yeah, do
Mike.
you
You
not
just
get the
weren't
joke?
getting. It was going over your head.
Clerks,
It's a
man.
reference.
37 blowjobs.
Oh, that's right. 37 dicks. In a row?
All right, so what do you guys want to talk about? Wouldn't that be funny if this was filled with pop and it spilled all over? That'd be so funny.
Task cam down.
Fuck the task cam.
It honestly wouldn't have been funny.
It would have been super funny.
Well, is it still broken? I see it. I see we still haven't gotten that part fixed.
Yeah.
By the way, when are we getting insurance?
You ever thought about doing something for the cause at all?
I mean, I'll get a quote, but we're gonna have to pay extra every month. For it.
Yeah.
That
that?
is how it works.
All right.
You get a service and you pay for it. It's not free. That wouldn't make sense.
I just meant it's not just coming out of the business account. That's what I meant. So
I'm done.
Duh.
okay, all right, I'll do it.
Let me know what I have to pay.
I promise I will do it in the next month.
Times 5 probably, and then it just won't happen.
It'll be funny because it'll be like December 18th, and you'll be like, I remember when I said it. I still have a day.
What is today?
The 19th.
Damn.
Unless it's past midnight, in which case you just netted
It's not
yourself
past
another
midnight
day.
yet.
No, it's 11:33.
You should have waited 27 minutes before saying that, bro.
Why are you so concerned about the date?
Hey, what
I just wasn't sure what day it was.
what's happening with this 100-hour movie festival?
Yeah,
December
December 3rd to the 7th. Mhm.
Is
I already
that-
taken the days off.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So we're doing it.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we are.
You not
Why
want to
you,
do
why are
it?
you
No.
looking at me?
I was looking at everybody. Fuck you, Dave.
I mean, you're looking at me.
So that'll be
more
the
than-
weekend. Will that be next weekend?
No,
Oh, so
because that's
following weekend?
Thanksgiving. Yeah, it'll be the
Okay.
weekend after that.
Okay.
Do we have to pay anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how much it is though.
All right, we should look into that then.
If it's the
Gotta
same
figure
as
it out.
last time, it'll be like 115.
Yeah, that's no big deal. I'll figure it out. I'll get us enrolled and shit, and then we'll be ready.
Okay.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun because it'll be like the 24-hour, only not as crazy.
I agree. I would still like to shoot it in like a day.
Yeah, exactly. That's
but
what I
like,
mean. Like
we have a day.
We can come up with the story when we get the prompt, and then we can sleep on it.
It's true.
yeah,
Something we should start thinking about though is ideas for people to be in it.
yeah. We want to make sure
Jordan.
Talk to those people.
we have
Jordan.
people with weekends open and stuff.
I know a guy named
that's
Jordan.
the one that's 5. That it has to be 5 minutes long, right?
I think
It
that's
doesn't-
just
No, it's
there's
4.
there's
4
no
is the
minimum
max
though.
again,
Let's
I
be
think.
clear, right?
no,
There's
it's longer than the last time.
It doesn't
okay.
have to be anything.
No.
It just can't exceed a
Yeah.
certain amount.
Oh, really?
Okay, yeah, and I still think it's less than 5 though.
I'm pretty sure it's 5.
Yeah,
Like it is 5.
That's what I remembered it being.
yeah. Let's make it 10 minutes, and we'll have a part 1 and a part 2. I'll enroll us twice.
Submit.
That would be funny. Part 2 is the one that gets in. I was like, does that make sense?
Yeah, it's weird. It's picking up in the middle of a story. It's kind of artsy. I like it. That's what we got to do. Is just do something really fucking artsy.
You think so?
Nothing funny, artsy.
Okay.
I'm
No,
all for
I'm lying.
not funny.
Like I'm all for funny.
I'm all for not funny.
I think
Like I
not
thought.
taking the funny route this time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did get a little funnier than I thought it would be last time. That's fine.
To be fair, though, there were a lot of funny ones in New York.
Yeah.
Like,
But did a funny one win?
no? But the thing that I'm thinking is like, if like half of the top 24 were funny, what does that say about the entire competition? How many of those had to be funny?
Dude, it's what student filmmakers and everybody fucking gravitates to is humor because they all think they're hilarious.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to do it.
All right.
I mean, if it ends up being funny, that's fine. I think that's what honestly happened with the last one. Like, there was a couple things where, like, yeah, that'll be funny, but for the most part, it was just supposed to
Yeah.
be like an interesting, like, little slice of a story.
And I don't think it would have been nearly as like funny if you weren't that character. Like if we would have got his dad,
That's true.
It might have been more real than it would have been funny.
Like it made
you know
no
what I
sense
mean?
that you were that character.
That's
Yeah.
true.
It was very absurd.
Because really, like the situation of him being in underwear, that is funny, but it's not like a joke.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. A guy wearing panties is kind of like a joke to me.
I mean, it's funny, but it's not a punchline. It's not a joke.
It's not like a dudunk ka.
Yeah.
It's just like
Dudum-ka. I've never
What's funny
heard.
is the 15-second sex scene. That's funny.
I had to give all my coworkers a warning ahead of time when it came to
Watching it?
yeah,
Like, don't
because-
watch it at work?
yeah, or like if you
NSFW.
do, make sure your headphones are in and make sure it's turned down at the start. And one of my coworkers got back to me to say that she was like watching it at home, and her kids were like in the room nearby when she like started watching it on the computer on the
yeah.
TV, and it immediately starts with like that, and like the kids were like, "What are you watching?" She's like, "I don't know." It's like it was just something where I said, "Hey, watch this funny movie I made," and it's like it starts off like that. She had to like, oh, it was great.
That's awesome, man.
honestly, I think the biggest bit in that short is when she says, "You're so sweaty." That's like
That was the greatest line.
It's
dude.
because that was like she said that when we weren't recording, and
Yeah,
I
I was like,
immediately
"Say
went,
it, say
"No,
it."
say that on camera. That's too funny to."
No, yeah, I agree. It's it's like natural. I'm just saying, like, if we're like that is like that's the
So
joke
sweaty.
joke.
Sorry, sorry. All the apologizing to me is really funny. It's like, you're on my hair. Sorry. You're so sweet. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about all of this. I didn't mean to have sex with you. I'm sorry. It's so great.
Red Bull and awkwardness does not work for your sweat glands.
No, it is. It's a catalyst. For
I think my original edit. I think Kyle made me take out like one line at the very end. That would have made it like a fucking horror movie. So it would have been kind of funny, and then it would have been.
yeah, that's
You're like got a fresh one or something
Yeah.
like that.
It just
Like it was a straight up horror movie at that point.
It made it take a turn. Like
Yeah.
it just like an unnecessary turn.
Yeah,
I liked
I
it.
think the line was, "I got a live one."
Yeah, something like that.
Root your eyes, Margaret. Got a live one.
I think the look is creepy enough.
Where I like look out the window and
Your mom. That was the
That-
was the
that
best
was one of
part
the
about
best
making that
parts.
whole damn thing.
it was funny because when
And making Jordan jump out of a window naked like 10 times was great too.
that shot looks so good too, like because it's like he's silhouetted on the back porch light as he jumps out the window. It looks so good.
Sorry, man.
But I remember when we were in New York and Jordan was on stage and they said, "You got any funny stories?" And in our heads, like we all look at each other and we're like, "Please don't say the one where it's like Tatiana was high or something like that." Or we're like, "Please don't say something terribly awkward." And then Jordan's like, "Well, my friend's mom comes out of the house," and we're just like, "Oh, that's a great story. Why didn't we think of that?" Like, if I was on stage, I would have been like, "Oh, the most amazing thing was that we're just like four guys in a backyard and we made it to New York. Like, how does that happen?"
Yeah.
Like that
We're
would have
out
been my
hundreds of
response, but
dollars.
it's like you actually had a funny story.
Paid 100%. There were four guys in the backyard that paid 100% of the money to get to New York. This movie is doesn't mean anything.
We were fucking in New York. That was cool, dude.
That was pretty dope.
That was so
We
great.
went to New York. You guys were so tired. That's what I
Can the
felt bad
next
about.
screening be in Los Angeles, please?
Well, I don't think there is a screening with this one, is
No,
there? It's all
no.
online?
Yeah.
And I don't care. We're not going. Or at least I'm not.
I was gonna say we missed on the film festival that was showing into the night.
Dude, I totally fucking forgot about that.
Did
You wouldn't have been able to go anyways.
Did it-
Wasn't
why?
matter because you never go to anything that anyone
Was there any
suggests.
I
honorable
wouldn't have
mentions or
gone
anything?
anyway.
Huh?
Was there any mentions of our project?
I doubt it. I mean, I'm sure they showed it and people were like, "Ah," and then they forgot that it existed
Yeah.
after that.
Immediately.
Mhm.
Why aren't you talking tonight, man?
I don't know.
He's like,
I have
He's had
nothing-
a rough-
I
he's
have
had a
no-
rough day, bro.
I had a rough day. Just I have nothing to talk about.
You had a bad day. You did it. You did it. You take it away. You had a bad day.
A bidet.
A day.
what'd you do with it?
A bidet?
Yeah.
I had it. I don't know where it went.
Yeah, why'd you get rid of it?
You had a bidet?
Yeah.
Where?
I didn't have a
In a
fucking
bathroom,
bidet.
dude. Where
I know,
else?
but that's why I was like, he lost. That's what I was confused about. So I was like, how do you lose
One day
it?
he came home, the bidet was gone.
Do you want
Just
a
like
bidet?
The bidet turned into the benight.
Bidet man.
Hey, tell him that joke that you told me.
Well, it's better when it's not, like I don't say it's a joke first. Right? Did you hear about that new statistic about HIV?
What?
1 in every 2 and a.
You son of a bitch. You fucking ruined. Do you hear about the new statistic about HIV?
What?
1 in every 2.5 men has it.
That's pretty good.
That's really
That's
good.
pretty
Sorry,
good.
I started laughing.
That's pretty good.
I was at Burger King the other day for lunch.
Did you see me again?
No.
Okay.
So when I get Burger King, when I eat there, you know how they have like the tray, they give you the trays and the paper thing, like the placemat thing. I always squirt my ketchup on there.
For sure.
Okay.
A move I've actually stolen from you.
Okay. So I finish eating, and I go to the trash can. I just like dump it out. Everything slides out. Everything's perfect.
Hmm?
This time it did like it wouldn't. It was like glued to the tray.
Okay.
So like I stuck my hand under it and tried to flip it, but I flipped the paper like kind of outside the garbage can. So this giant puddle of ketchup hits the side of the can and just drips down. So, you know, like instead of like walking up to somebody and being like, hey, remember how you were having a pretty good day and now I just ruined it? I just left.
Yeah, I figured that.
I left and felt really bad the rest of the day.
You felt bad?
Yeah, I like drove around the building. I like looked through the window and it was just like dripping down to the floor. Like there was so much ketchup. It was so much. I felt awful.
That's so great.
The most surprising thing is you felt bad.
Yeah, I'm different. Like when I was younger, I used to go to places like Burger King and I would just like leave my shit there. I just wouldn't throw anything away, and I was a fucking asshole.
When we left Bridges,
You know, we're at that age, like about 25 is when something clicks in males, and then you just take on. You're more responsible. You're more, you know, you make better choices.
Yeah, what's
Damn,
the
I'm a
deal
late
with?
bloomer.
You should get your shit together. I mean, like honestly,
Hey, real
for
talk.
what's the deal with people not saying thank you when you fucking hold the door open for them?
Yeah, it happens every day.
Listen,
Like, why? I don't.
I will say that it also annoys me. It very much annoys me. However, I can also understand the point that it should just kind of be like a nice thing that people shouldn't have to.
No,
think
but
I don't
that's
think
not
we're
how-
there.
That's not how the world works.
No, yeah,
so-
I don't think exactly. I don't think we're there yet. But if that's what they think, I just
maybe
think
in 20 years.
Like
I
the
would-
point.
a
My
smile
point.
would
My
be
point.
nice for me,
My
you know what I
point
mean?
is that like rarely does somebody hold the door open for me.
For sure.
So when I do it, I'm like, you know, and when people do it for me, I'm like, oh, thanks.
Mhm.
So it's like, why can't you just like people just like walk in really fast and they don't fucking say shit.
I
I'm
know.
really surprised by
It's-
this
it's
because
kind of
I
a fucked
get
up
I get
social-
thank yous and I give thank yous when it comes to door holding.
Get shit.
Are you referring to like work? Though, like, you know?
No,
what I mean?
I'm talking about like just recently at the gas station. It's like I was on my way out, someone was on the
I
way
mean,
in.
I will say a majority of the time, I also give. Like, I mean, I always give, but
You didn't have to turn it into something sexual.
I didn't mean to. But it's the once in a while, like, you know, because you do get thanks a lot. But like it's once in a while, and someone they just look like mean or whatever, and they don't
had
say
a
it.
bad
And just
The
like,
worst is when
exactly
the worst,
though, they probably have had a bad day.
Yeah, well, fuck them. The worst is when I'm like drunk and at the bar and I hold the door open for somebody and they don't say anything and I'm just like, fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck. I get like really. I'm like, I don't fucking like that guy. And then I get all pissed off.
Where did you read this article about when you reach the age of 25, you start becoming more responsible as a man?
Listen, just because
Devin
you're
and I-
not-
Devin and I were having like a long conversation the other night, and she brought it up.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So she was the one that
she
was
read it
lying.
somewhere.
Because female have, I mean, it's a classic thing where they say, "Why? What do you mean?"
You just said, oh, so she was the one that was lying.
No.
It's a joke.
No. I've heard it before too.
Yeah.
But it's the classic thing of like females mature faster. Like they start younger,
Yeah.
and obviously then it happens. We also are delayed later, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's around like between like 23 and like 27. There's just something that like our brains like I don't know what the fuck. I don't want to say. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, then
No, look,
but it's just
dude,
like-
I just got done
just
with that.
give me 2 more years.
Yeah.
I still have a buffer zone.
No, you didn't.
No, you fucking need it.
I'm just, I know I need it. Is electroshock therapy still legal?
So, anyways, would you kill baby Hitler?
Haven't we talked about this on the
I
podcast
don't know.
before?
Probably. It was in the news though. Jeb Bush said, and I quote, "Hell yeah, I would." You gotta step up, man.
Did Donald Trump answer the question?
I don't think I could.
That was a question at a.
It
At a
wasn't
debate?
a debate. No,
No,
it was not
no,
a debate question.
Oh.
It was just like,
That would have been awesome.
hopefully he was just at a bar.
We're taking questions from Twitter now.
Would you kill baby G?
Yes, yes, I would. Baby
Oh,
Jesus,
God.
fuck